All right, Chad, we got a story today because I've been, you know what? I've been manifesting because I believe when Luka initially signed to the Lakers, I had told you on the exact day that it happened that me and Luka, if we got in a room together, would be boys. I told you, bro, two quirked up white boys in our mid-20s who love a little bit of nicotine and a little bit of booze on the weekends, but we're athletes at our heart. We would be boys. It is a fact. And if you guys follow me on social media, I tweeted that exact thing out. At the Lakers game, think me and Luka could be boys low-key. An energy forming between us. And you know what? We met. Me and Luka met. Yeah, we chilled. We hung out. Talked about love, talked about life. What we envision as family men, as entrepreneurs, as athletes, like it's a heart-to-heart, I guess. I'm not going to share a lot of the conversation. Stop cut the music. Stop calling me 5'2". Luka Dončić is 6'5", maybe 6'6". This is like, we're talking maybe 4 inches of difference. You can see it right here. Top of my head goes to his nose. This is the top of my head right here. This is where my head ends. My brain is under this. This is his nose. Okay? You can see it. It's like 4 inches at best. He's slouching. A little bit, but like whatever. Not even that much. Shut up. Anyway, look. This is the story of how I met Luka Dončić and how I also met him dressed like Shanks from One Piece. And the story really starts about 4 months ago when I start getting incessantly tagged on Twitter. I don't know why this happened or where this even came from, but the Lakers decided to collab with the show One Piece. And the way it would work is they would give custom merch out to people who go to the game, and they would have some like presumably custom stuff. They didn't even explain any of it. They just said it'd be One Piece night. The moment I find out about this, I bought 4 tickets. And I spent the most money I ever have on basketball tickets. Like, the per ticket cost, kind of crazy. I spent, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it. It was a lot. It's not an amount of money I'm proud to have spent. It was not 20K. No, it was not 20K. It was not. I decided to buy. I'll just say it. I decided to buy 4 tickets for about $12,000. That's a lot of money. Okay, that's equivalent to like 100 cups of coffee or something. I don't know. I'm in touch still. It's just the inflation and stuff. So it's a lot of money. I know that's a lot of money. But I'm like, bro, this is One Piece. I fucking love One Piece. I like going to basketball games. I have a plan. I have a vision. The moment I found out about this game, I spent all this money on the tickets because they were front row tickets. Now, don't confuse the word front row with courtside. Courtside is a very different thing. Courtside is like what Spike Lee does when he goes to a Knicks game. They are literally, and it's hard to describe how close courtside seats are, but the best way to describe it, they're where the players who are waiting to play sit. You are next to where LeBron James sits. You're next to him. My seats are the very first row behind courtside. And not just behind courtside, but I made sure my tickets were behind the Lakers bench because I had a plan. When I found out it was One Piece night, my only goal was to show up to this game in insane One Piece cosplay and get on the jumbotron. That was it. That's the entire goal. If I can get on the jumbotron, I have succeeded at my goal. That's all I wanted. I don't know why. Sometimes I think something would be cool and I go for it. That was it. All right, get on the damn jumbotron. But before I could even consider who I was going to bring, I bought 4 tickets. I didn't want to wait on buying the tickets. So I bought 4 tickets. I didn't even know who I was going to bring. And the first person I invited was actually kind of an accident. Like, it's not somebody who I specifically was thinking of when I initially bought the tickets. And it's not something who I even wanted. Okay, this is going to sound mean. This is going to sound way meaner than I mean it to. It's not that I'm mad that they went or that we hung out. I had a great time. I just like, if this One Piece night thing didn't exist and I bought 4 tickets, they're not on this list of like 4 people I bring or 3 people I bring or whatever. Does that make sense? Because I don't think they even like basketball that much. I'm talking about Pokemon. I'm talking about fucking Pokemon, okay? No shade to Pokemon. I'm not saying this to be mean. I like the Pokemon streams. What does she know about basketball? So anyway, I didn't think I was going to invite Pokemon about these tickets until I got invited to this offline TV shoot. You see, I've done this before, but offline TV does these white elephants where you're supposed to bring a present worth at least $1,000. And I had to think of what to get as a gift because when I was invited to the shoot, it was last second. So anyway, I didn't have a lot of time to like get something or buy something. And I was telling Cutie, I was like, oh, I'll just pick something up from my house. And this is where it all started. Because I tell Cutie, I'm like, yeah, I have a bunch of like random, you know how I got so much random shit that's just worth like $1,000. I'll just bring one of those. And she's like, oh, like you did last time? She said it like that. I was like, what? She's like, oh, yeah, like you did last time. I'm like, yeah, well, last time because I did a white elephant video a few years ago, I did bring, I think it was like some Pokemon cards and like a Nami figurine. But that was my gift last year. I don't know where the exact moment is, but that's what I brought. Or not even last year, 3 years ago. 4 years ago, whatever. Now, I don't even remember this as being that bad, but she brought it up as if it was super embarrassing. She was like, yeah, you by far had the worst gift. Which is a really busty, thick Nami statue and a graded Charizard card. And I took that to heart. So I was like, okay, maybe she's right. Maybe she's spitting. Maybe my gift was kind of cruddy. And how do I do it right? How do I get a good gift, but that's also authentic to who I am as a person, which is frankly kind of an asshole. So I thought, what if I bring a coupon to hang out with Ludwig? And coincidentally, at this time, I had also been given a trading card from Red Bull with my face on it and a briefcase from like Mr. Beast or some shit. So I had this briefcase from Mr. Beast. I had this this trading card from Red Bull, and I wrote on the back of like some receipt, spend one day with Ludwig. I put it in the briefcase, and I said, you cannot open the briefcase until the end of the gift opening. That is my present. My present is a surprise. I thought this was a really good idea. And to be honest, it was, because everyone's like, oh my God, what's in it? What's in it? What's in it? So when it finally came time for Pokey to open it, I'll just play it. I'll play it in full.
Pokey, you could just do nothing if you really like to.
Shut your ass up! Give me that box! Oh! Give me those keys!
All right, the keys. And that is
Thank
the
you.
third steal because she locks that now. Are you gonna open
I
it
must
now?
know. Because out of everything, this is the most, like, I feel like this is something money can't buy.
That's right.
Okay. I haven't told anyone this before. I, at this point, did not think I was going to invite the winner of this prize to go to the basketball game. I deadass was like, oh, it'll be funny. Like, they'll just hang out with me for a day. That's probably worth like $1,000. We can play some games or something. I didn't think it'd be like that big of a deal. I thought it'd be kind of like, they open it and they're like, oh, haha, that's funny. But then I saw the other gifts, which was like, oh, a trip to Hawaii, a gold knife from Japan, like a chef's knife, an iPhone. I was like, oh no. And so when she's going on this tirade, like I'm sitting here like an asshole. I'm going like, yeah, that's right. In the back of my mind, I'm literally thinking right now, I'm like, oh fuck, oh shit, this gift is gonna suck. They're all gonna make fun of me. They're all gonna be like, really, Ludwig? You think an hour with you or a day with you is that fucking valuable that it can be your present? Like, really, you fucking insufferable cock? And I was like, oh god, how do I fix this? So while she's doing this, I'm thinking like, what do I have coming up? Because I bought these tickets this like a week before this shoot. I'm like, what do I have that I could possibly
It'd be something
offer?
money can buy, but
Money can't buy this, I promise you. Do that.
Oh, this is gonna be the greatest thing at.
what the hell is this?
Oh, it broke apart in the box. Sorry, 1 second. Wait, don't look for a moment. Don't look for a moment. Sorry, just broke apart in the box. Okay, there we go. What do you see, Pokey?
I literally see a card of you.
Read the back.
Spend one day with one.
And it was at this point that I knew I had fucked up, because everyone's face was like, oh, wow. That is worse than the $1,000 industrial fan that doesn't work and sounds like you're going to die because a bolt was stuck inside of it, which was another gift that was at this shoot.
Thank God you took that from me.
Thank
God. Like, God, thank God.
God that's
I thought this was something that's like priceless, not something you would need to pay me to do.
And so right now I have formulated a plan. I was like, how do I save this? And I came up with the idea to now make the prize not just a day hanging out with me, but a day specifically hanging out with me February 28th at the One Piece night at the Lakers game, where I got front row seats where we're going to go and cosplay to get on the jumbotron, which at this point I had not invited anyone to. I just bought the tickets knowing I wanted to do this. I did not buy the tickets with this shoot in mind. I bought them before this shoot even happened, before I was invited to it. I thought of this on the spot. It was not a plan at all in any way, shape, or form.
But that's really a high value item. That's a really high value. Why are you saying thank God? God says it's really a high value gift. That's something money can't
Do
buy.
I get to choose what we do?
No.
What?
You get to hang out with me February 28th at the Lakers game, where we are going for One Piece night.
Oh, One Piece night.
fun.
We have 4 front row tickets. You must cosplay. It is not optional.
Oh my God. Wait, that ended up.
Wait, that's fine.
And do you see the vibe shift? Saved. Is that not a clutch performance? I'm Luka-esque the way I save that. All of a sudden, everyone's like, damn, that gift's kind of fire. That's kind of swag. It's kind of swag because the gift limit is supposed to be $1,000. Now I am technically offering what is like a $3,000 gift, excluding the value you might add of hanging out with me, which could be negative value. So maybe it does come out to $1,000. So that's part of the reason why it's cool. But still, whatever. Okay, that's, you know, it's still a cool gift.
That's actually
Who's coming with us?
2 of my friends you don't know.
And when she asked me that, I said that as a way to mask, I don't fucking know, because I haven't invited anyone. You're the first person I invited. And I promise you, when I bought tickets to a Lakers game, I didn't think, oh, who am I going to the Lakers game with? Pokimane. That didn't happen. Not because I don't like Pokey. I like, just to clarify again, I like Pokimane. She's not a basketball head. It's not the person I would have thought of off top. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying I wouldn't have thought of her off top. So I had no fucking clue who was coming. So who's the first person I think of when she presses me again?
Can you bring me a cute date?
Yeah, his name's Shake Drizzle. Why did you laugh back there?
Find me a reasonable date and you have a deal. Otherwise, I'm not pulling
Shake
up.
Drizzle's he's a great cat.
He's a great date.
He's a great guy.
I guess it's
I still lose it at me saying Shake Drizzle's a great guy. Cutie chiming in to back up Shake, which makes sense. Cutie and Shake get along famously. But then Scara chiming in. Dude, I lose it. Scara, without hesitating, just tries to wingman. I don't even know why. I don't think they know each other, bro. I don't know why he did that. I love it, though. I love W. Scara.
this is what I've got.
Yeah, good gift.
So anyway, that was the initial. That was the initial. It was supposed to be me and Pokimane and maybe Shake Drizzle and whoever else going to this Lakers game, One Piece night. And then Squeaks. Squeaks kind of fell in my lap because Squeaks was like trying to come into town to do the Mario Party stream. And so I was like, oh, well, we could 2 for 1. Like the exact time you could do it could be that weekend. So we got Squeaks who was down. Slight problem. Squeaks never watched One Piece in his life. So I asked Squeaks if he wanted to come, and he was like, what is One Piece? What character can I be? And I sent him a list of characters. Now, here's the issue. One Piece, as a show, phenomenal. I love One Piece. The character design, I would call it a bit horny. And it's not exclusive to the women. Obviously, the women is like the main focal point of the horniness. Everyone knows like Nami and how her rack gets larger and less conceivably human every single arc. But also the men are quite horny as well. So when I sent him a list of One Piece characters, he instantly was like, dude, I'm not going to do any of these. Because he's going through, I'm like, you could be Luffy, who has his shirt wide open. Zoro, shirt wide open. Usopp, not even wearing a shirt. You could be Brooke, who's a skeleton maybe. Frankie. Basically, like, none of the main cast works. The only person he was like, well, I could maybe do Sanji, right? I could maybe do Sanji, but he wasn't digging the eyebrow. And so I think what he did is he literally went to a website with a bunch of One Piece character art and scrolled until he saw a character that was kind of clothed and kind of normal looking. I'm pretty sure that's the process he did until he finally ended up on Kizaru. That's where it ended. He ended up on Kizaru. I was supposed to be Shanks because in the lead up to this basketball event, I had dyed my hair red. And I thought I was going to continue to have red hair. And I would just re-dye my hair red because I dyed it from the Rockathon, if you guys remember that. So I had red hair. I was like, oh, this is perfect for Shanks, who has red hair himself. I also have red hair. I'll do this cosplay. I'll nail it. Then I shave my head bald. So I stuck with the Shanks, and we just threw a wig on top. And it was actually, it kind of worked out because I'm Shanks, who is like, you know, he's Luffy's mentor, right? And then Pokey was supposed to be Nami. Now, if you don't know Pokey in the lead up to the game, send me a message maybe like a couple weeks before. She's like, might not make it, by the way. I was like, what? She was like, might not make it, by the way. I was like, what do you mean you might not make it? She's like, well, I'm actually in France right now, and I might be in France during the game. I'll know for sure in like a little bit, but I might not make it. I was like, okay, Pokey, here's the issue. I'm initially I had tried to task other people with getting the cosplays. I was like, I got the tickets. You come with a cosplay. Turns out people don't have the resources to figure that out or the time or the energy. So I ended up just figuring out everyone's cosplays. I say my team helped. Shout out Liza, shout out Dan. So they helped me figure out all the cosplays for everybody. And we had basically had someone working on Pokey's Nami cosplay. And I'm like, Pokey, you know, it's fine if you don't come, but the issue is if you back out last second, if you back out like with, you know, a week left or 10 days left, whatever it is, I don't have enough time really to make another cosplay. Who am I going to find to fill another Nami cosplay, right? So I went to the one ride or die who always got me if I need him. I go, Stans. You're going to look breathtaking. I know you love basketball. Do you want to go to the Lakers game? Stans is genuinely my backup. Like, he genuinely would have gone if not for Pokey messaging me, letting me know that she was actually going to make it. Not only was she going to make it to go to the Lakers game, she was also going to make it to meet Luka Dončić. Because you see, around the week of the game, the One Piece Night game, I started to get word from Kelby that, like, yo, maybe there's an opportunity to meet Luka before the game. And I was like, what? I was like, my first question, I'm not even lying, I was like, why? I was like, why? I wasn't like, oh, that's cool, let's do it. Like, how is it going to work? When is it? I was like, why are we meeting Luka? Not that I don't want to meet Luka. I think it'd be sick. But I was like, what business do I have meeting Luka Dončić? And Kelby was like, dude, first off, right, you are cool. Like, he was like giving me a pep talk. He was like, you are cool. You have value. People know you and like you. He was like telling me all this. And I was like, okay, all right, sure. All right. So I guess, yeah, sure. So we have this plan to meet. And our plan was to meet at 5:50. This is going to be very important. We're planning to meet Luka Dončić at 5:50. The game starts at 7. We have to meet him at 5:50. He recommended we show up at 5:30 to make sure we're there ahead of time. Okay, that works for me. Day of the game comes. All the cosplay has arrived. One slight issue. Pokey's cosplay, because it was done by a cosplay artist, very talented, who's in Vegas, drove from Vegas to LA to deliver this cosplay on time and to also do some alterations for the cosplay, because sometimes cosplays don't fit. It's also a little bit harder. There's more attention needed for, like, usually if you're doing like a female character versus like you are Shanks and you just throw on like baggy pants. You know what I'm saying? So she makes us drive, and she hits a bit of traffic. So initially she's supposed to be here at like 2:30 or 3. I'm like, Pokey, you should be here at 2:30 or 3 because that's when she'll be here. And then she hit some traffic, and now she's getting here closer to 4. And I'm like, okay, well, Pokey, you can get, I messaged her. I'm like, you actually can show up a bit later. You have to be here at 2:30. She's going to be here till 4 now. So you just show up at 4 now. I think she eventually shows up at like 4:10 maybe. And Pokey shows up not too long after, maybe 15 minutes after, like 4:25. There's a lot of traffic in LA. And it's a Friday. So they get here and they instantly start getting to work, trying on the costume. And they're like trying to like stitch it and like clip it and see where she's going to sew it down the line. And then I hear the cosplay artist she's like, do you want it to be like, and she's like kind of shy with her words. And Pokey's like, do you mean like booby? And she's like, yeah, we can make it booby. And it's like, yeah, well, it should be like true to the character. And she's like, well, the character is very booby. So they're doing all this. And me and Pokey are chatting. And while we're chatting, I'm messaging Squeaks. Because Squeaks, who was supposed to also be at the warehouse, we're all going to be at the warehouse and leave at the same time, is also nowhere to be seen. I pull up his stream. He's live at 4 o'clock. He's live at 4:15. He's live at 4:30. He's on a Jeopardy show with other people who went to UC schools with Leslie and Fan. And while we're all at the warehouse waiting for the game, he is live streaming. And so he gets an Uber, and I'm like, give me your ETA. And he shares me the Uber. And in real time, I see the estimated time of arrival go from like 5 o'clock to 5:40 because there's such a block of traffic. And I'm like, oh no, this can't happen. This can't happen. It can't happen. So I'm like, Squeaks, you gotta reroute this Uber. You have to go directly to the game. We will meet you there with the cosplay. You will change at the game. He's like, okay. Meanwhile, the alterations are being made on Pokey's Nami cosplay. And at this point, it's like 5 o'clock, and I'm just kind of pacing. Because there's nothing you can do at this point. You know, you need the costume. And so I'm like, okay, like, look. We are where we are. Let the chips fall where they fall. We get there when we get there. Boys, I'm not lying when I tell you I showed up to that arena at 6:05 p.m. I'm not proud of this. I am not proud of this. We go from our 10-minute window, where we're supposed to be 20 minutes early to missing the window entirely. When we get there, and shout out, by the way, to everyone at the Lakers Association and on Luka's team, because they got us through security super efficiently and got us down to the court in like amazing time. They were very communicative and helpful to work with. And by the time we're down on the court, or I guess I should say like right outside the court, Luka's going through his warm-ups. He's shooting his corner threes, just going through the motions, and I'm like, it's GG. It is G fucking G. Until it's not. Luka's team's like talking in the back. They're working some stuff out. They're like, okay, here's the thing. Luka, when he does his sort of pregame rituals, kind of locked in, but there's an opportunity when he walks back through the tunnel to say hi to him real quick. So how about we go to the tunnel and wait there for him to walk out? I'm like, look, cool with me. I have no dog in this. At this point, I cannot complain about whatever happens. If we don't get to meet him and he thinks of my name as a slur, that is fair. So we're sitting in the tunnel and we're waiting for him. And I'm in my Shanks cosplay. Pokey's in her Nami cosplay. Shake Drizzle is in his Luffy cosplay. Squeaks is wearing street clothes holding a giant yellow suit. We have a bunch of bags filled with more of his cosplay stuff. And we're just sitting there, just waiting for Luka. And we're talking about it. And we're not just waiting for Luka because at this point I should mention, it's also Luka's birthday. I didn't even say this. In between the time I bought the tickets and the game started, the blockbuster trade happened. The trade I'm sure you've all heard about many times, where Luka got traded from the Mavs to the Lakers. The value of the tickets skyrocketed because of it. Because not only now is this a one-piece night game, it's a game with Luka Dončić, one of his first games playing for the team, on his birthday. And so as a part of his birthday, we're supposed to do a jersey swap. And I'm like, okay, I'm asking so many questions because Kelby's like, you have to do a jersey swap with Luka. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, you're going to do a jersey swap. Like, he has his jersey, you lift it up, you give him a jersey, and you both lift it up, and you take a picture with it. You've seen a jersey swap. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen the jersey swap where it's like Grady Dick and Anthony Black doing the jersey swap. All right? If you know what a jersey swap, it's this. This is Grady Dick. This is Anthony Black. They swap their jerseys around. What do you get? Black Dick. That's a jersey swap. The issue is that jersey swaps are generally for players with jerseys. Now, I'm an athlete, it's true, but I don't get a jersey for kind of the sector I'm in. They don't have that Red Bull jersey for me. I don't know. It's probably coming in the mail or something. I don't have one. They didn't give me one yet. So I'm like, what do I get this dude? So tell me how I did. But I prepared a Shopify Rebellion Chinese New Year colorway 3XL printed Luka Dončić jersey. Looks very nice. Not necessarily, maybe he throws it away right away, but it's like, ultimately, this is my team. I think it would be cool to give him something from my team. I think it makes sense. Here's the picture of it. So we're holding all these jerseys. Luka comes out. We're in our cosplay. And as he's walking, he first goes to like his, I'm not sure if it's agent, I'm not sure the exact relationship, agent, manager, whatever, his contact, right? The person we are communicating from Luka's team. So he's talking to the person on his team, and I hear them whispering, and she's like saying some stuff. She's like, and we're kind of looking at each other, you know, and like, I'm just like, okay, whatever happens here. And after that happens, he walks over to us, and he goes, I'm Luka, you're me. I'm Luka Dončić. And I go, hi, I'm Ludwig. And I shake his hand, and he goes down the line, and he shakes everybody's hand, and there's a photographer, and they're like, quick picture. He turns around, he goes, and they take the picture, and he's out. I think the entire interaction was 20 seconds. We did not trade the jerseys. I forgot to say happy birthday. I don't think he knows who I am. I think he might think I'm a Make-A-Wish kid. I'm not sure. To be honest. He might think I am just a cosplayer. He might think I was part of the One Piece show. I don't know. I don't think he watches anime. I don't know. There's a picture. I'm not going to post this picture anywhere. I will show you this picture. This picture is one of the funniest pictures I have ever been a part of. This is the picture captured of me, Squeaks, Shake, and Pokey meeting Luka. Let's just break this picture down a little bit, okay? So we got me and Luka. Now, you might have seen this because I posted this online. All right? Luka looks like he is in, you can see him in motion. He is literally leaned in. He's mid stride. It is, Luka, quick picture? Yeah. He's in stride, ready to go, okay? Me, doing my best. Having a great time. Shake Drizzle, doing his absolute best to besmirch Luffy's name. Squeaks, who is posing for a LinkedIn profile picture. And Pokey, who has no fucking clue what is going on. Because obviously at this point, I've set expectations that I'm like, hey guys, we're going to meet Luka. We're going to do these jersey swaps. But we didn't know if this would still happen because we missed our initial like appointment or slot. And so when he came and left, we all sort of like looked at each other. And I think the first thing Pokey said, or maybe I think Squeak says, he goes, is he coming back? I'm like, nah, dude, he ain't coming back. This is it. This is what we get. Okay? And this, to be fair, it's what we deserve. Okay? We couldn't be on time to meet Luka Dončić. We deserve this. Now, having said that, there's another picture of this interaction. And as uncomfortable as Luka looked in the picture with me, if you only saw this picture and didn't know the context of everything else, would think that we met Luka and it was actually an amazing time. I'll show you the picture and then I'll say the one problem that I have with this picture. It kind of looks like he's having a good time. Like, oh, he's meeting everybody. He met Pokey. He met Shake. He's shaking everyone's hands. I'm not in it. You can see me Mike Wazowskiing my jersey. This is the Shopify Rebellion jersey I'm holding. I ain't in it, bro. And that was the 30 seconds of my life meeting probably the most famous person I've ever met. So, by the way, if I'm ever late to a stream or something, just know I would do it to Luka Dončić. I would do it to my best friend Slime. I would do it to you. I'm at least consistent. I don't treat you differently than I would anybody else. You got to give me that. So anyway, that was meeting Luka. And then we still have our mission. Get on the jumbotron. That is why I bought these tickets when I initially bought them literally 4 months before the game ever started. Get on the damn jumbotron. And just for some, if you guys don't know, if you guys didn't see the pictures, this is what we look like. This is what we look like. We are walking around looking like this. I think the cosplays look really good, by the way. But it is Squeaks as Kizaru, Pokey as Nami, me as Shanks, Shake as Luffy. We were walking around like this, and people start coming up for pictures. But what I didn't expect, because I haven't done cosplay a lot, is people started coming up to me and everybody else to take pictures because of our characters. They were literally coming up to us to take pictures with Luffy and Shanks and Nami. It sounds weird. I never thought, I'd never worn cosplay out in public like that, so I never knew that would happen, is that you take pictures with a random person because they're wearing the outfit of a character you like. So that was happening. By the way, bro, living a day in the life of Pokey, that must suck. Because I'm like at one point taking pictures of her. This is a real story that happens. A guy walks by, old guy, must be 65 plus, balding head, big man. He goes, "Sheesh, you're gonna give an old man a heart attack." And I audibly just go, "Ew, yuck." It's just the worst sentence you could hear. It happens to also have been somewhat coincidentally on video, because a guy next to me who's like at a cool seat is filming himself like this. And then that sentence happens. I go, "Ew, yuck." He goes, "Dude, I got that on camera." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I was filming myself. Look." And it's literally him going like, and then filming the guy. And then this is fucked up. Later on, a kid comes up to us and he says, "Can I get a picture with you four?" And his dad's behind. He's like, "Yeah, my son really likes the show. Do you guys mind taking a picture?" And we go, "Yeah, no worries." So we take the picture. We're at our seats at this point. So just imagine this, but a little kid is in the middle. That kid's dad, same guy. He's the same fucking guy. Is that not insane, bro? So anyway, that's my nightmare. Day in the life of Pokey. That's tough. But we did have some great interactions. That's obviously an example of a bad interaction. We had some great ones. But then finally, we see it. The thing that I'd been dying to see. Right next to the Lakers bench is a man standing there with a giant camera over his shoulder. And he's pointing it right at us. And lo and behold, not only did we get on the Jumbotron, we got on national TV. One Piece Game Night collab. All fans in attendance tonight will receive a special Lakers and One Piece collaboration t-shirt and poster. And it is me, Pokey, Squeaks, and you might have noticed they cut out Shake. Dude, they cut out Shake. And then Shake goes nuclear, bro. You don't want to know what Shake replies? Ludwig, Pokemon, and Squeaks are at the Lakers game. The Sporting News. "I will burn your headquarters to the ground. We're sorry." That's okay. I'm sorry for threatening arson. It's okay. It was warranted. Now, if you were curious, this is what the full screenshot looked like. So he was in the original picture. What are you guys looking at? Pokey the entire night was filming a TikTok. I don't know if she ever posted the TikTok. I never looked. I'm not on TikTok enough to know. But she was doing oh, yeah, here it is. Ow. I don't want to play the audio because it'll get copyrighted. Dun 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 dun. Pokey, please give Shake Drizzle a chance. Love me some Shake Drizz. All roads lead to Shake Drizzle. Damn, TikTok's on game. Shaky D, my goat. What the hell? So anyway, that's what was filming. There's even more clips though. That's not where it ended. So here's the video on TV. You can see her having us come together for the TikTok. We were like the poster boy of One Piece Night. Now, I should say the reason we were the poster boy of One Piece Night is because nobody dressed up. Not one person. There was maybe 5 Luffy hats with red shirts. Not a single other character. Not one. I didn't give you guys a view. This is what the seats looked like, by the way. This is literally POV. You're at our seats. Oh, I didn't realize this. Okay, I got a little drunk. One of the guys who worked there came up to us, and he was like, dude, I watch all of you guys. Do you guys want any free drinks? And Pokey's like, you don't have to give us a free drink. And Squeaky's like, I'm good. I already have a drink. And Shake's like, nah, that's all right. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll take a Corona. And I asked for maybe 4 drinks, bro. I really did. I appreciate that guy very much. That guy's a homie. Thank you very much for serving up the drinks, my brother. I appreciate you deeply. Okay? Look, never refuse a free meal. That's rude of you? No, it's not. If somebody offers you a free meal, take advantage of it. I don't have this ego thing where I feel like I'm too good to say no. If they offer it, you take it. Okay? You don't know how many of those you get in this life. So I got a little drunk, and I got a little belligerent. So I started kind of chirping. I started yelling. Not at my team, of course. I wouldn't yell against a home crowd team. That'd be very dumb. But I was yelling at the Clippers. I was yelling at the Clipper constantly. Every time a free throw happens for the Clippers, I'm chirping. I'm yelling at them. Every time Luka would score, I'd be like, that's my friend. We know each other. And then when the players would come back, they would high five everybody, including all the assistant staff members. And so I was trying to... Rui Hachimura, my favorite player on the Lakers, was injured. He wasn't playing that night. So I would just see him on the bench, and I was like, Rui! 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 And I understand I'm being annoying because I'm drunk. And after like the 3rd time doing it, he looks over and goes, and I literally yelled, that's why we do it! But even though we got on the jumbotron and Shake Drizzle got cut out of the picture, he did have one of the greatest pictures of all time. Shake Drizzle staring down LeBron James. Look at the aura. Staring down LeBron James. He's a menace. You can see my hair. Anyway, it was a good time. I'm glad I went. Yeah, I was going to say, just to put into perspective how few people there understood what One Piece Night was, there were a bunch of these shirts, the shirts that I'm wearing, that were just left because they were hung on every seat. So there's like 50,000 of these shirts that only will ever exist in this building and then spread around the world, presumably. They're just left on the seats. So much so that Saikuno just picked up like 3 or 4 of them. Like he just saw people leave them behind and he just picked them up. Okay? Now, for reference, if you go to eBay and you look up Lakers one-piece shirt, like people are selling these for pretty good money, bro. Look at just this. This is just what sold. $189, $65 for just the poster. These are being left in the seat. You could have had 5 of these, made back like $500 at least, just by selling them online for free.